We're going to refresh that. Great. Hello, everybody, and welcome to your round 12 elimination, also known as your final four elimination. The three players that survive this elimination will be going into the comp gauntlet, and we'll decide the winner of that will decide the final two of the season. However, we still do have to name the sixth juror, and then we'll name the seventh juror in the comp gauntlet. So let's get right into it. So, Yoshi, you're up for elimination this round. How do you feel about your chances of staying? And do you have any sort of plea that you want to give to them?
Okay, ignore the music background. But so my feelings initially on staying, I thought was probably 0 to 5%. And it's only because I feel like throughout the game, I never really been on the same page as Andrew or Logan. And the moves that I have made or the decisions that I have made has always not necessarily been the smartest, and it also has not been the best or the great for their game. So when I go in the history of like what I did to not help their game, I always think in the back of my head, it could be a reason to vote out. And then on top of that, I voted minority last round, which anybody who's in minority automatically thinks like they're gonna go the next round. So that was my initial thoughts. But after like conversations, I can just hope that I do stay in the game, because I personally and genuinely think I am better to give them a shot to make it to final two if they I don't know, my mind's kind of, for them to potentially make it to final two, because I am not better at Nathan in competitions, and I have not made big moves like Nathan has made in competition. But they can be thinking of a million other things on what gets them to the end. So it's up to them at the end of the day, and I can only respect them. So that's it.
All right, we will move on to Logan. Logan, you are one of the two players safe for this round. What is going through your mind in terms of how to vote tonight?
Just strategic comp and friends on jury. And I feel like I wish Nathan was here so I could, say it to his face. I don't want to seem like I'm saying it because he's not here, but Nathan is, out of the four of us, the best at comps. Nathan has the most friends on jury, and Nathan, I feel like, has been the most strategic out of the four of us. So I feel like it's the best move for all three of us, if one of us want to win, to get Nathan out now, because this might be the last chance.
Right, and then we will move on to Andrew for my last question. So obviously, after this round and after the gauntlet, the final two will face a jury. So how heavily are you contributing jury management into tonight's decision, everything down the road, and everything before this?
Sorry, you said how much am I factoring in the jury?
Yeah.
What's your question? It's actually probably I wouldn't say it's the most important thing tonight, but it's definitely high on the list. I definitely feel that I am at not a disadvantage, but I have a difficult fight if I would make it to the end to convince four people to vote for me. But at the same time, I'm cognizant of the fact that two of the jurors are going to be from this final four. And if I'm sitting there, it's some combination, two of the other three, which will be, if I'm in the final two, either Yoshi or Logan has to be on the jury if I make it to the end. So it's definitely at the back of my mind. But I'm also looking at the entire game. I'm looking at what we've done, what we've accomplished, who also is a competitive threat for the final challenge, and just who I feel all around is the best person to bring to the final three.
All right. I have no more questions for y'all. If anybody wants to say anything else or give any final pleas, do whatever you need to do now before we get into the votes.
I really don't have a I've said obviously what I've said to you guys already, and regardless if you keep me, I really for the day. And I think I'm just still gonna love you guys. I like hugging cuddle guys after. So it's all good if you got to vote me out, but I hope to. That's all.
All right. And with that, we will get into the voting period. The player voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom immediately. If they're not in the Zoom, they'll be asked to send their final words to the main chat. They will serve as the 6th member of the jury and will decide the winner of this game. Since there's only 3 of y'all here, I'll just let y'all send in, lock in your votes, whatever you need to do. I won't give you a time limit. Just, yeah. Once I have all your votes, we'll get started. All right, and we have the votes. The player voted out will be asked to leave the spaceship immediately. They will become the 6th member of the jury. Before we get into the votes, let me just make sure that you can all see this. Give me a thumbs up if you can. All right, and we will go ahead and get into the votes. First vote, Nathan. Second vote, Yoshi. Third vote, Nathan. Fourth vote, and the 11th player voted out of mission room limit, Nathan. Nathan, if you are watching this, thank you for playing. You will be the 6th member of the jury, and you will have a part in making the decision of who will win this season. To the rest of you, congrats on making it to Final 3. All 3 of you will compete in a live competition gauntlet at a time that has not been determined yet. The winner of that gauntlet will immediately make the decision of who will become the final juror and who they will take with them to the final 2, which will face a jury of 7. And they will decide who will win mission room limit. That's all I have for you guys tonight.